Aaron.
Present.
Richard.
Here.
Sheila.
I think she's in the waiting room.
Oh, is she in the waiting room? Sheila's here. Mel.
Here.
Chuck Nelson. Selena King. David.
Yep.
Aaron. All right.
All right, we ready?
We're ready.
All right. Has everybody had a chance to review the minutes from the January 10th meeting? And do I have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, public comment here?
All right, any public comment?
Nope.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Donald Crenshaw. I live in Erie, Pennsylvania, and we're a builder developer, and I've spoken with you or addressed the board on several of the last meetings. And as my last meeting in January, I think I shared with you, we look forward to continuing to improve properties and make a difference in this community. Well, I didn't realize that last week of January 26th, I think it was, I come to find out that this piece of property right here that was blighted was actually taken back by the redevelopment authority. I understand everybody's got a job to do and that blighted property is something that the city doesn't need. I'd like to share this. Some of you that sat on the redevelopment authority board, you saw this yesterday. For those of you that wasn't on that board, I share with you the property, and here you go, Andy. You can look at it. What's being passed about is a property, and this was as of November what it looked like. So it's been well fixed up some time ago. New roof, new windows, new front deck. I put about $50,000 in the house. My intent for the city, as I've always shared with you, is to improve houses, to make them livable for low to moderate income people. I ask you as the Blight Board to please put in writing for me the conditions of this property that still makes it blight. The fact that it's got a new roof, it's secure, it's got new windows, it's got a new front deck. If you look, there was a permit for the general contractor that I got over a year ago. Last summer, I got a plumbing permit. I got an electrical permit. Andy recalls, or will recall, that the city said my general contractor, GC building permit, was no longer any good. It had expired. So I came down, I gave you, Andy, a check for a new building permit. So I got 2 building permits, okay? After getting the building permits, there was a stop work order put on the house. I don't know why the stop work order said that we didn't have a building permit. Talked to Andy, we paid for a building permit, and we thought we'd be able to keep going and fix this house up. Everything that externally that needed to be done on the house, it was done prior to the end of the year. That being said, I'm asking you, why is the Redevelopment Authority, Blight Committee taking these properties? If the goal is to fix them up, and obviously that one's been fixed up, I don't know why we got the stop work order. Andy, you and I talked a little bit, and I appreciate it. I brought you the check. I paid you for the next permit. You shared with me that Aaron Snipper basically said they're the communicate, and I'm to communicate with him on this piece of property. I've done everything I could do to bring this piece of property up to code. The house right next to it, you look at the pictures, there's been a pile of garbage there for over a year. No citations, no nothing. The houses were the same. They were rehabbing it. No blight list, no nothing. But mine's, it was blighted. I fixed it up. I'm continuing to fix up. My electrician's waiting to get in there now and finish the electrical and the plumbing. At the point we finish the electrical and the plumbing, you come in, you do an inspection, the house can be occupied. But why did the redevelopment authority take the property this past month, January 26th, and say that it's theirs? When if the goal is, and we have a stay from the courts from back in November, that there was a stay put on the property because when we went before the judge, and I think it was the last group of houses that the judge was gonna rule on, because the judge challenged the redevelopment authority and the blight procedures to say, show me legally what we're doing in taking these properties, show me case study that says this can be followed. I don't think it was ever issued. I don't know, that was basically between the judge and the redevelopment authority. But I understand now that that particular judge is no longer reviewing blighted property. It's gotta go a different avenue. If everything was legal and right, I don't understand why the courts aren't still doing that. But with that being said, I'm here again to plead to you guys to work with me. I told you I'd fix that house up earlier meetings. Well, there it is. It's fixed up. I ask again in writing, give me the code violations that says the house should still be on a blight list. I understand there's no utilities turned on because at the stop work order, we didn't run the electric. I pulled the permit. You look on the sheets in front of you. The permit number's there. You look on the plumbing permit, it's there. So all I'm asking is, other than those that we have to complete, which and I mentioned this at the last meeting, I turn utilities off all the time. So to say that no utilities makes a house blight, that's totally wrong, okay? Especially when you have a developer and a contractor of my status that's built over 100 homes, made over 50 homes home ownership, and I'm doing everything I'm doing, and I stand here before you to say, work with me. Why do we have to spend this time and effort? I am continuing to fix up the houses. I'm continuing to legally do what I have to do to protect the properties and to take the properties back and to fix up the properties. I ask this body to please stop this foolishness of blighting my properties as well as others that have come to me now, over a dozen, saying, we want to fix up our properties. Redevelopment Authority had $16 million, I think, to fix up properties. Go to the people, and especially if they're minorities in our community, give them a grant, give them a loan, give them whatever you got to give them so that we can keep these on the tax basis. And there's a housing crisis right now. Why are we taking housing? Why are we taking houses, demolishing when people need a place to live? So I ask you again, as a committee, please, each and every one of you, you can reach out to me. I'll answer any questions. I'll meet with you. Andy, we go back 40-something years. But this right here, when you know I gave you the check to get a second building permit, and at the end of the day, yes, I will. At the end of the day, we need to do what's right. And Aaron, I ask you again, publicly, to work with me and not fight with me.
You know I can't speak on that, and you know how this situation has gone, and you are well aware of where we stand. And
I will say again publicly, let's work together. Well, you don't have to comment, but I'm asking you to work with me.
You know
Okay.
where we stand on, and I can't comment.
I ask that you and everyone work with me. Thank you.
Thank you, Don. Anyone else for public comment? No one heard.
Don, your phone.
Okay. Secretary's report.
All right, as of last month, there are 266 blighted properties on the blighted property list, with numerous properties under some level of intervention to try to remediate the blight from the property.
Okay, have we received any correspondence?
No correspondence directed at the BPRC.
And for old business, rescission of blight.
Yeah, there are, excuse me, there are two properties. One was a private rehab and one was a private demolition. Pictures will come up here in a minute. Okay. So, 611 East 13th Street. This was a private rehab. It was purchased while it was blighted. The new owners pulled all the necessary permits, passed all the necessary inspections, and rehabbed the property.
Okay, do I have a motion to rescind the blight designation for 633 East 11?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 The next is 1 Ferncliff Beach Road. This was a private demolition. It was demolished. There are parts of the foundation and foundation walls that were left for retention. I met with the city engineer on site at the time, and their concern was the backhill would slide if we removed what was left there. So that's why what's there is there, but the rest of the building was demolished and has complied with Exhibit A on the blight, a notice of blight.
Okay, do I have a motion to rescind the blight designation for 1 Ferncliff Beach Road?
So moved, Aaron.
Second.
And
that
all in
Dave?
favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, moving on to new business, election of officers.
All right, the BPRC is, we need two election of officers. Currently seated is Andy as chairman, Aaron as vice chair, and myself as secretary to the BPRC.
Say that again.
So you currently sit as chairman of the BPRC, Aaron Carey sits as vice chair, and I sit as secretary of the BPRC
Okay,
currently.
do we need to revote?
Yes, we need to accept nominations or a motion to proceed.
Okay,
Make a motion that we retain the current officers in their current positions.
do I have a second?
I second.
Who
All right,
seconded,
We have
Joe?
a motion to maintain current officers in their positions. That one. And do I have a vote for all in favor? No, it doesn't matter.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Welcome back, everybody. Properties for declaration of blight. Michael?
Okay, first, we have 238 East 9th Street. This has been owned by the current owner since 2005. It's a two-family dwelling. The taxes are current and the water is active but scheduled to be shut off. There's over there's $1,112 owed in water, sewer, and garbage. The electric is off and the gas is off. This was a fire-damaged property. There was a bit of a civil issue between the owner and a family relative that has concluded. She has expressed interest in donating the property to the land bank or the redevelopment authority. But I'm kind of hoping maybe a blight designation could help assist that. There were notices sent out in February of 21, May of 22, and August of 23. There was a fire there, I think early last summer sometime, that damaged the front porch from the front of the building. It's in pretty poor shape. It is vacant, unoccupied, and uninhabitable.
All right, do I have a motion to blight?
I'll move.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, next we have 2621 Wayne Street. This property's been owned by the current owner since 2014, It's a one-family dwelling. There are back taxes owed from 22 to 24, $6,900. The water is off. It's been off since August of 2013, and the electric is off. There are no back sewer or water bills owed. The original case of this started with the previous owner back in August of 13. There was a fire where damages were never repaired, and then the new owner purchased it in 2014. With the new owner, we have a case dating back to September of 14, August of last year, June of 22, where notice is sent, and then a repair demo order was issued February of this month. It is vacant, it's unoccupied, the electric is off, and there is no water turned on to the property. I spoke with the owner last summer, and she had stated that she would have everything repaired and fixed by the end of the fall. So I kind of let go and was trying to work with her, but nothing has been completed. There's a back porch on this that is collapsing, and the complaint we get from the neighbors is they cut through the yard and people squat and sleep in that back porch and have to be removed by the police often.
All right, thank you, Mike. Do I have a motion for blight?
So moved.
Aaron?
Second, Aaron.
Aaron. And all in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Okay, next we have 328 East 27th Street. The current owner has owned it since 1978. There are two sisters that own it. One sister is deceased. The other one was trying to sell it. She had told us that she was selling it last summer and the sale was imminent, but the sale never transferred. It never came through. The original case dates back to June of 2016. There were notices sent in June of 2016, August of 22. An order to correct was posted to the door in August of 22 as well as mailed to her address in Fairview. There's a repair demo order issued in February. The water is off and has been off since 2016. The electric is off. There are no back water or sewer and garbage fees. There was a dispute where she was trying to sell it to a neighbor and claimed it was sold, but we have no proof or verification of that. It's got a collapsing garage and another collapsing back porch. It is vacant and unoccupied.
All right, thank you, Mike. Do I have a motion to blight?
So moved.
Rich? Second?
Second, Aaron.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Next, we have 1901 McCain Avenue. This owner is deceased. He passed away in February of 22. He started repairing it before he passed away. He put a new roof, new soffit, fascia on, and then he passed away. There were notices, he's owned, the current ownership, he's owned it since 2001. We tried to post a property, find an estate or an heir, we could not. There were notices sent in July of 22, October of 23, and a repair demo order was issued this February. We were inside of this, called to the neighbors because there were kids in the front trying to set a fire on the front coat room closet. So we've been there and secured it twice. The water is off. It's been off since November of 22. There is no consumption and the electric is off. There are back taxes owed from 22 to 24 over $3,000. There are no citations issued. There's simply no one to pursue on this property.
Thank you. Do I have a motion to blight?
I'll move.
Yeah,
I'll second.
Rich? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And last, we have 421 East 13th Street. This owner has also passed away. He died in 2016. He had a son that took over the property and was living in it. Then he passed away last July, and we haven't been able to find any other family member or estate. It's been in the current ownership since 2009, and we had cases on both the father and the son. There were citations issued on the father, which were withdrawn because he passed away. And then we had citations on the son which were withdrawn because he passed away. The original case dates back to 2013. We have notices sent in 13, 18, 2021, 2023, and February of this year, just in an attempt to find an estate or responsible party. There are back taxes owed from 2019 to 2024, over $3,000. The water's off and has been off since 2017. The electric is off, and there is a water lien on it for over $1,000. It is vacant and unoccupied, and has basically kind of become a dumping ground on the side of the driveway there.
Thank you, Mike. Do I have a motion to play?
So moved.
Carrie, all second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And those are my properties this month. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Mike. Anything else, Aaron?
That is all I have for today.
All right, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Okay.
Second.
Dave, all in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.